Okay.
Please go ahead.
So good morning, sir. It's my great honor to have you to be our interview today. So, shall we start now?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
good
please.
morning to you as well, and thank you so much, Michelle, for such a wonderful, having me to be interviewed for your economic network. And it's always wonderful to interact with Chinese professionals, and it was always wonderful to have been on the CGTN shows. Um, I love Chinese people and the way they work. Very alcoholic, workaholic, and I always, term myself as Chinese version of Pakistani. So please go ahead.
For your kind gesture. It's our great honor and great pleasure. So let's come to our first question. As Executive Director of Development Communication Network, what do you think is the significance of developing communication networks?
This is a really basic essence of the development bill. I launched a development communications network in Pakistan, and the concept of Devcom. Basically, I believed 18 years back or 19 years back that communication plays a backbone role in the social development, because if you don't communicate with the communities, they would not understand the objectives, whatever development initiatives you have taken up. Secondly, it will not help to change their behavior about whatever the circumstances they are living in. And thirdly, you will not be able to achieve your targets, what you have devised in your project. So the communication is very vital with the communities. And again, it is very vital also for the stakeholders, for example, partners. If they don't communicate with each other, they will not be on the same page to synergize their skills, their potential, their resources. If I don't agree, Michelle, with you that your objective is very significant for bilateral relationship of Pakistan and China, then how I would be collaborating with you? This is the communication skills and the communication tools that help us coming closer to each other to achieve certain targets. So that is why the communication for development or development communication is essential. And again, then there is a need to develop networks. Basically, now in my development communication network, we have policymakers, we have media people, we have communities engaged in different stakeholders at one platform, and different sort of actors, non-state actors coming together for they are knitted into a different communication tools, and that is very important to knit them as well. The bunch of like-minded people is very essential. For example, if we talk about Pak China bilateral relationships, definitely only those people will come together who support Pak China friendship, Pak China economic bilateral in initiatives. For example, CPEC is a wonderful example where different type of stakeholders who share the same vision and same passion, they are coming together to promote it. And some people are voicing against it and trying to term it or label it otherwise. So there are people who are against it, and the networks, when they work in synergy, they also try to convince those people who are against you. So the networks are very important. For example, you are working over there And if you have certain sentiment or people, uh, are working against bilateral relationship of Pakistan and China or CPEC or BRI, you will try to wipe them off or convince them through different technique. And then you may tell us there are certain sentiments, there are certain people who have differently framed opinion. So we need to convince them, we need to talk to them, and definitely we will come to support you on those communication streams. So that is very important. So the same is the case if we have like-minded people in USA. They will help us in communicating, or we can provide them some good information or logics or arguments to portray in USA to get more support and more facilitation in America. So the networks are very important. Um, those who are like-minded share common vision and mission and passion as well. Passion is very important to achieve certain mission, certain targets. So that's I believe. Please.
Yes, very well said, sir. So, what do you think is the special meaning for developing network in Pakistan?
In Pakistan, the literacy rate in Pakistan, one. We are very low literacy rate in Pakistan. Secondly, we are very segregated nation, different philosophies and different ethnical divide and languages and so much. So having a network with full of energy to communicate, with vision, with common phrases, uh, that is very important because usually the diplomatic words or phrases are different from the common people language. Same is the case with the development buzzwords. They are totally different from the common language. So we need to translate those diplomatic terms or the development terms in easy words for the people. So that is why I believe development communication networks are required in Pakistan, and we have one with outreach into different provinces and different parts, and to Urdu print media, English print media, and to radio channels and TV channels, national and international. So I believe this is a two-way communication. One way is communicating to the people. Second is taking a community's voice to the decision makers and to the national and international stakeholders. So these networks help communicate two ways. So that is why such kind of networks are very important. And those who have packaged information into common man's language. Please.
Yes, absolutely, sir. So, in this regard, what areas can China and Pakistan work together to bridge the information, knowledge, and the communication capacity gap among various sectors of Pakistan to foster the sustainable development?
This is very crucial and very important question that we need to answer. Since 1948, we have a wonderful relationship with China since its independence, and Pakistan was the first one to recognize China as an independent country. And since then, we had a wonderful relationship and we are termed as Iron Brothers. That's wonderful. But in the contemporary world, it is the mutual beneficial relationships that promotes your bilateral relationships. And it is the win-win situation basically. And China believes in helping Pakistan, but also having their own, national interest. And for that, definitely there should be a two-way communication. First, that what China is looking for, we need to promote in Pakistan. What Pakistan is looking for, we need to promote in China. For that, we need to have joint communication networks, sort of like ARA has Development Communications Network. You are working with the China Economic Network, and there are other such kind of think tanks maybe who would be promoting communication strategies and helping implement. They should have bilateral communication and collaboration. Secondly, the very important is to have experts exchanged, expert exchange, because people are coming from China to deliver lectures or seminars or workshops in Pakistan, and Pakistani experts going to China to deliver lectures, seminars, and such kind of things. And the third is very important, that we need to communicate on the cultural level as well. China has a wonderful and very vibrant culture. Pakistan also have very diverse, very vibrant culture in Pakistan. The cultural exchange is very important. In the some years back, 3, 4 years back, Pakistan and China had a joint venture of cultural caravan. That was not a very significant success due to because it was the first initiative. The people had no idea exactly how it should be conducted, but even then, that initiative played very well role. And China Culture Center in Pakistan promoted and organized several events in Pakistan, but only 2 or 3 major metropolitan cities. But it has to go to different cities. It is again the logistics and security, but the security situation in Pakistan has improved. And same was the case, like Pakistani troupes, cultural troupes, performed in 1 or 2 cities of China. So such kind of initiatives should be promoted more, and they should have in quantity, quality, and spread. I mean, they should have more cultural exchange programs, performances into in like different cities, maybe 5 cities or 10 cities. I don't know how logistically it is possible. Secondly, we should fourth suggestion is that we should have more webinars, because in the COVID age, we are restricted our movement. We cannot move frequently to China, or Chinese cannot move frequently to Pakistan. We can have webinars, seminars, or performance on different virtual platforms such as Gmail meetings or Zoom and other, and on the large screens. And it would be wonderful, because technology has very advanced stages, and they can really portray like television, project and promote different programs. And such kind of live performances can be live streamed through a Zoom platform or other similar platforms, or webinars or conferences can be conducted from different cities. That will help promote uh, people to people contact. People to people contact will support the bilateral strategic partnership between Pakistan and China, and it is not only restricted to the CPEC. CPEC, though, is a very huge infrastructure and economic project, and now Pakistan and China also has signed second phase of CPEC, including like industrialization and promoting agriculture between both countries. And I believe such kind of initiatives will help. And secondly, there is huge potential of tourism. CPAC can also promote tourism. And from different, we have Gandhara, we have cultural sites, we have lakes and the highest mountains, and wonderful music as China has. And I have seen several documentaries and short clips that China. So the wonderful past and the wonderful culture can explore further, um, you know, strong relationships between people of both countries. And these kind of initiatives will help sustainable development, because until you are not convinced to certain initiative, or you are not convinced to have direct impact, influence, or a cordial relationship with the people, you will not support any kind of initiative. And there are many suspicions and rumors created about Pakistan and China bilateral relationships in the context of CPAC. I think we also need to address those rumors, those suspicions, and like when people will have more interactive activities and cultural exploration uh, into the more number of cities, definitely it will help a lot more for achieving the targets that promote bilateral growth, economy, and brotherly and friendly relationships. And the use of ICT, information communication technology, can increase outreach of such initiative that also help in the sustainable development. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you, sir. Very great and innovative initiative, sir. So, as expert on climate change, how do you view the impact of climate change on Pakistan? What measures has the country taken to deal with it? What areas need to be improved? And what can China do in this regard?
It's again another wonderful questions and very complex and what I say, very complicated question. And uh, China is an emerging economy, and the one of the said to be the uh, emerging polluter of the world. So afterwards, after the Paris Agreement, I really appreciate China that China has uh, taken very wonderful steps to decrease its emissions, and it's really great. We need to learn from China, because I have been to China for 2, 3 times, and thus I saw like how China developed different mechanisms to reduce poverty, engage labor into farmlands and into factories, and to make their factories more environment friendly. I think these models are very imperative to learn from. We can learn from China that, or China can help us learn that their poverty alleviation models, how they engage their illiterate or semi-literate or skilled or semi-skilled human resource into economic initiatives where they could increase the income of the grassroots level and help uh, their communities to be empowered and to raise their income. So this is the one thing. Because when you are into economic activity, you can also take care of the environment as well. And if your carbon emissions are reduced, then it helps the environment and your contribution to the degradation of a climate. So these are the things, and I think uh, the model that China developed with farmers uh, uh, to develop their farmlands in the barren areas, that is also one point of learning. I think this is the two models. These are the two models that can help Pakistan in improving conditions at grassroots level. Thirdly, China also has very improved technology, much better than us or other developing countries, or their technology is very cost efficient and also improve the productivity as well. So, and the new technology that China is developing is environment friendly as well. So the import of that kind of machinery to Pakistan, or maybe on the subsidized rates or on the installments that Pakistani businessmen can afford to install in Pakistan, or government can support it, Pakistan government can support it, so they can be. And secondly, on the part of Pakistan, Pakistan has a very dedicated human resource. China also has very dedicated human resource. Somewhere, China can also import a human resource from Pakistan. We have a different raw material in Pakistan, and we will be happy to sell to China. So the neighborhood can benefit to each other in many ways. And thirdly, there could be research available with China. China is taking a lot of research activities on climate change and its impact on their different communities. I believe like those researchers can also help Pakistan, or China can also extend their scientists or researchers to be engaged in Pakistan with the science and technology institutions and the climate change ministry to develop these models and researchers for Pakistan and implement it on ground. That could be a wonderful collaboration between both countries. And again, such kind of activities that produce results, very positive results, help understand each other and promote bilateral and people to people relationships. Please.
Yes, definitely, sir. Hope your comprehensive answers can make us be clearer about the relative questions. Any other ideas would you like to share from your side?
I think uh, China shall support. One thing is, China is very reluctant to. I don't know. China takes a lot of time, perhaps more than enough time to get into acquaintance or to make investments, or I think China needs to this is my humble suggestion, to more proactively engage Pakistani communities and professionals into. And as I mentioned that we launched Friends of China in 2011, we need to have that kind of initiatives in Pakistan, and Friends of Pakistan type social organization or people organization can be developed by the Chinese people over there. And media and collaboration is very important. That is not very vibrant or very, very comprehensive at the moment. I think we need to increase the media interaction as well. And secondly, cultural engagement, as I mentioned, and tourism engagement, and such kind of initiatives can help promote. Uh, and We have seen a Chinese newspaper coming from Pakistan as well. And if any Pakistani newspaper could uh, be printed in China and disseminated to different cities, that would be a great idea, I believe. It would help the Chinese understand Pakistani media and Pakistani context as well. There could be many options, I believe, to promote bilateral and people-to-people relationships. Yes, please.
Yes, I believe that as the time goes by, both countries will have deeper and closer ties
Mm.
by time passing. And this year coincides with the establishing the diplomatic relations between both countries. So I hope that our countries can join hands together to make more achievements. So, can you please give a brief introduction of the how the progress of the concept of Friends of China since 2011?
Because we are trying to revive it. I was very busy, and even because uh, any organization that is formed needs the resources in terms of capital and in terms of human resource. Um, the founding chairperson of the Friends of China, Ambassador Akram Saki, and who was very uh, is said to be the father of Pakistan-China friendship, was died, and afterwards we could not support it, and we couldn't. And but We have been having very small activities, but now. I believe it's the time to spread Friends of China to different cities of Pakistan. And it will require a lot of human resource and capital. And I don't know how to raise. Maybe some Chinese companies could come up, or the Chinese organizations can come up to promote the concept, and we can have activities virtual on or in person uh, at different places after the COVID is over. So I think there should be some collaborative framework with Chinese organizations, or China Cultural Center, or such kind of or youth organizations. Perhaps Chinese government and organization or the corporates shall spend some money into it, and it will help China promoting their objectives, their culture in Pakistan across the country. Because at the moment, only few cities have China's communication. For example, cultural initiatives are only in 2, 3 cities, or maybe CPAC is going through like across Pakistan to Gwadar, but most of the people have no exposure about the Chinese culture and the because culture is very important in developing relationships. So it would be wonderful, like if Chinese companies, organizations, or corporates can come to help us in developing the network of Friends of China in Pakistan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely, sir. So thank you for your kind gesture to accept our interview, and you have gave us a very comprehensive picture of various sectors both countries can collaborate in sustainable development of both countries. So thank you again.
Thank you very much, Michelle Meng, for your wonderful time and your questions. And definitely, I believe uh, the, my views will help promote bilateral relationships. And I hope more and more organizations from Pakistan and China would come together to have wonderful and relationships. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Bye.
sir. Let's keep in touch. Bye.